Senior congressional correspondent Joe Khalil's back with us. So the Massey thing was one, but that wasn't it. I saw you talking to Massey afterwards as well. Things that this hearing were heated pretty much from the jump, right?
Yeah, and I mean, that was the majority of it, is exchanges like what you just saw, Connell. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, came in today wanting to talk about successes of the administration. She wanted to talk about crime being reduced last year. She gave statistics. She wanted to talk about the immigration crackdown. But what people are going to remember from this hearing are just the absolutely contentious, heated back and forth every time Democrats asked about the Epstein files. And again, that was the majority of questions coming from the Democratic side, questions about why there are still so many files the DOJ has not released and not redacted. There were questions about why there haven't seemed to have been any progress in terms of prosecuting anybody at this point. The victims and survivors of Jeffrey Epstein, several of them were in the room. At one point, they were asked to stand up and raise their hand if they would be willing and have tried to reach out to the DOJ to share their stories. All of them raised their hand. And then they were asked to keep their hands up if the DOJ had reached out to any of them. None of them had their hands up. So there was a lot there in terms of just back and forth. Take a listen to one particular exchange that we thought was really noteworthy here between Congresswoman Rebecca Balint and the Attorney General.
Yes or no, has the Justice Department asked Secretary Lutnick about his ties to Epstein?
Excuse me. Secretary Lutnick has addressed those ties himself.
I'm asking you, has the Justice Department specifically asked Secretary Lutnick about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein?
He has addressed those ties himself. Yeah, I'm stunned that you want to continue talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Epstein
Okay, I'm reclaiming my time. I'm asking you not a trick question, a simple question. The American people have a right to know the answers to this. These are senior officials in the Trump administration. This is not a game, Secretary.
I want the record to reflect that, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Oh,
is you.
I just want to be clear.
Do
you want to go there, Attorney General? Or do you want to go there? Are you serious? Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust. Really?
The committee will be in order.
So again, a lot of exchanges like that. That one perhaps the most heated one. Connell, we didn't hear much about those Democratic lawmakers who were almost indicted. We expected more on that, just a little bit. Most of the focus on Epstein today.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.